I'm Brian Wolfe. I've been face painting for about 12 or 13 years. I got into this, well, I was doing regular jobs like chauffeuring and bartending and waiting tables and stuff like that. And then we went to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios one night, and we were tripping on mushrooms and we were watching the monster parade, and we're like, oh man, we got to do this. We got to work here. So we packed up our stuff from St. Petersburg, Florida, and we moved to Orlando, and we got a job at a haunted attraction, a temporary one called the Haunted Fairgrounds. And there we met some guys that said, you can get a job at Universal Studios. Just, you put some stuff together in a portfolio and show them that. And we did, and we started working for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, and that was back in '98. And there is where we met the face painters. And it was a small group of girls that were doing the face painting in the park, but they had a mirror that was in a coffin, and the chair that the kids sat on was an electric chair, and they had, the Universal Studios monsters, and they had Terminator and Jaws, and I was like, well, it's cheesy and it looks dumb, but at least I'll be doing makeup, and that's something that I really wanted to be doing. So started working there, and I got my brother a job there, and just kind of learned how to do the paint and the brush stuff, and I had been drawing my whole life. So once I figured out how to use the new tools, then my art pretty much took off from there. I'm inspired by everything. I find ideas all over the place. I absolutely steal everything from everybody. Sorry if I didn't give you credit, but I think you might have taken it from someplace else too. Nick and I's saying is usually, it's all been done before, but it hasn't been done on the face. We eked out a living through working with Enjoy Your Face Incorporated, a company that did the face painting in the theme park. And we helped found the company Wolfe Face Art and Effects, and we worked with them for about 4 years. And then when we parted ways with them, we still had some gigs lined up, some teaching gigs, and we kind of figured out, well, we didn't need anybody's help to be doing what we wanted to do, and it was such a revelation, because when you're working for yourself, well, you only have to apologize to yourself or for yourself, and if you're not screwing up, well, then you don't have any apologies to make. So it was really nice not having to apologize for anybody else anymore, and just to be responsible for myself, well, my brother and myself, and my wife Dara, she helps us out a little bit too, but yeah, I'm definitely the best boss I ever had, and now that I'm doing this, who knows what's going to happen in the future, but yeah, I've never been more happy than doing my own thing on my own time schedule. And not to say that I don't have bosses, because right, everybody that sits in your chair is your boss. So I have thousands and thousands of bosses, but really not really. I guess we're known for the scary stuff, but absolutely we paint butterflies and pretty things too. That was our bread and butter at the theme parks. Our pretty stuff doesn't get recognized a lot. I've seen stuff, with other artists' names on it and stuff. I'm like, hey, I painted that, but it's all good, and we're just grateful to be, I don't know, out there and known for something, or our egos are anyway. But I like painting that stuff, and I think if you can paint the pretty stuff, but also paint the scary stuff too, and then you have, everything in the middle, and you can say yes to more jobs. And your scarier stuff will look scarier if it's next to some of your prettier stuff, and vice versa. So I like to paint it all, and I think that's probably some of my favorite stuff to paint, is stuff that's pretty and scary, that is really attractive but it's disgusting, or really horrifying, but you can't stop looking at it. It's that total eye candy thing. It's my favorite thing to do. Well, I guess everybody's been saying, yeah, the advice for new painters and for old painters is the practice, but you absolutely need the passion to want to practice. If your mom's going to make you sit at the piano all day and you hate playing piano, well, you're never going to get good. It's the person that really loves what they're doing. It's and I guess I'm blessed in the way that I've found my vocation early in life, because I think first you get a job, right? You know, you graduate high school and that gets you out of the house and on your own, and then career is next, and that will bring you things like your house and your car and your wife or husband and kids and all that stuff. But then the next step would be vocation, and that is doing something that you're absolutely passionate about, absolutely love to do, something you do for free for a living, and that's when you never really work again. And hopefully I won't ever work again. I'm in that position now, and I'm grateful for it. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Well, the stuff people always ask me, or well, I guess the twin thing. Are you guys brothers or twins? And yeah, it's both. Did you guys ever switch places, and or do you try to fool people? And we're like, well, no, we don't have to try. We fool people every single day. Somebody says something every single day. So no, it doesn't make me mad. I'm over that a long time ago. And I guess the twin stuff. I had another funny story though. I was telling this story the last time I was here about my nose running on that poor girl. I had another funny thing happen. We were at a bar mitzvah, and we were painting faces, and the people said, "Hey, we're gonna feed you, so don't worry." And someone came over, and one of the girls that we were painting with came over, and she had this martini glass with mushrooms and sweet potatoes in it. And she was like, "Oh, try this out," or whatever. And she puts it down here, and I was like, okay, mushrooms and sweet potatoes? I never tried that before, and that sounds kind of weird. And well, it tasted like mushrooms and sweet potatoes. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I turned around, I started painting again. I turned back around, and there's a plate with some other stuff on here sitting there. And I was like, oh, here's some cool stuff. Oh, it looks like a little chicken roll. And she was gone, and Nick was painting, and there's nobody around. So I took a big bite of the chicken roll, and I was like, oh, that's not very good. And this girl comes walking up, grabs the plate, and says, "Do you mind painting me while I'm eating?" And I was like, no, I don't mind at all. So she was just ravenous. So she's just chowing down on the plate. She didn't even notice that there was a big bite taken out of it. But oh, that was my new funny story. And then I couldn't tell anybody, the guys that I was painting with, because we were just surrounded by people and mobbed. I had to tell them afterwards. But yeah, that's another new funny face painting story.